Hi friends, and welcome back to Decorate Your Life. I often get asked, how do you do it? How do you make such elegant cards? And guys, it's no secret. It's all about layers. So in today's video, you and I are going to make this beautiful birthday card for a friend, a mom, whoever you wish to give it to. And I'm going to show you step by step how to achieve this look. It is so super easy. Enjoy the video. Alrighty, so today we're going to do a birthday greeting card, and I have already done all of the die cuts that we're going to use for this card. Now, I am using dies from Paper Discovery by Olga Direktorenko, and right there I'm showing you which are the dies that I've used from which collection. The first one is, and let me look at my notes, it's called the Creative Castle Dies by Paper Discovery, and right there I'm showing you the couple of pieces that I use from that die set. And by the way, it is an 18-piece die set, and oh my gosh, it's so ginormous. Okay, now this other die I've used from Paper Discovery, and it is from the Creative Castle collection as well. That collection contains 19 dies, and if y'all want to see the lantern that I made with these, I'll go ahead and I'll post that link in the description area below. Now, I went ahead and I stamped previously. I did that, as a matter of fact, in the previous video, and I die cut with one of my Heartfelt Creations dies. And so I will post that link in the description area below. And I've also used my Heartfelt Creations leaf dies and to die cut that leaf. And I did run it through with my Heartfelt Creations 3D rose shaping mold, and I will go ahead and link you to those items in the description area as well. And these items are available at Craftstash. And the papers, let's see, what else am I showing you? Oh yeah, those butterflies. The butterflies I die cut using my Spellbinders dies, and I will try my best to locate these dies. I don't know if these are still available out there, but I will do my best to remember to look for them and post them right down below. Now, those beautiful wings that you see right there, oh my gosh, I just love this fairy stamp set. This is from a fairy stamp set, but from Paper Discovery, the Creative Castle collection, in which I use the wings and I use the sentiments to do my stamping. Now, we are creating an A2 size card, and as you can see there, I've already trimmed my papers, and right there I'm showing you the papers that I'm using, and that is from the let's see, what is it called? Dazzling Dahlia collection by Heartfelt Creations, and this paper pad is also available at Craftstash. So now that we have all of the specifics in place, let's go ahead and get started. So the first layer is this piece, which has been trimmed to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and we're going to use some double-sided tape to adhere it to our card base. Now, you want to use double-sided tape instead of glue because sometimes, and this is sometimes, it all depends on which part of the country you live in. I live in a very humid area. I'm in the Houston, Texas area, and so if I use glue for my first layer, my cards do tend to warp in time. So yeah, I definitely recommend that you use double-sided tape for that part. Now, for the second layer, I just love these designs, and I decided to just apply these right onto the first layer I'm going to confuse myself speaking with layers here. So we are going to add some glue, and the glue that I'm using is actually a Craftstash glue, and I went ahead and got me this tiny little bottle. I did add my Craftstash glue to it, and so with this tiny little bottle and the little dispenser, pin-like dispenser, I am able to apply glue to the areas on this die cut, and I just do it sporadically, and then I apply it onto the base of my card. And of course, we are going to do the same exact thing for the second die cut. And I don't know if Olga planned it this way, but notice how by using 2 of these die cuts, it's a perfect fit for your A2 size card. Let me know, Olga, if you meant it to be this way, because it is absolutely brilliant. So once the glue has dried on those beautiful trellis pieces, I decided to do a landscape card instead of the vertical card, and I thought that it would give me a little bit more space, and I'm so glad that I did. And over here you just see me kind of like playing around with the layers, kind of checking to see, okay, how am I going to use what and where. Now, when I layer cards, I love to use 3D foams like the circle foams or the square foams, and I will even use fun foam. Now, I'm not going to use fun foam for this particular card, but I have done other tutorials in which you have seen me use different levels, different dimensions of fun foam versus the little foam squares. And I just like to do that because I think that by adding different types of foam to the back of your elements just adds interest to your card. So the first thing that I'm going to do is over here, I'm just going to glue down using my Craftstash glue. I'm gluing down the wings to this card, and by the way, these wings were fussy cut using my scan and cut. And so yeah, let's go ahead and apply that, and then we are going to set it to the side, and while it dries we are going to work on the second element to this butterfly embellishment. So back in my decorating days, I learned that things appear more pleasing to the eye if you group things in odd numbers instead of even numbers. So I always try to group things in threes, and if I do something that, for example, later on you're going to see me apply some flat back pearls, I will always use that rule of odd numbers instead of even numbers. For some reason it's more pleasing to the eye. I don't know what it is about it, but it draws the eye to certain elements, and it just looks better. Okay, so back to my butterfly. I went ahead and used my glue from Craftstash to adhere the top layer to the second layer of the butterfly, and then I decided to use the very last drops of my Wink of Stella to kind of like add some sheen, some fancy shiny sheen. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but yeah. And the color to my Wink of Stella that I use is clear. I love using the clear one simply because you never know what you're going to be applying it to. So as you can see right there, I'm just squeezing the very last drop, and oh gosh, I got to pick me up some more. Okay, and here we are adding some foam to the back of the butterfly, and when I say we, I mean me, but of course my husband would say we as in you and the voices in your head. But y'all know what I mean. So So we add the foam dots to the back of the butterfly, and then we're going to place it right on top of those beautiful stamped wings. And the tool that you see me using there, which is a tool that I use in every single one of my videos, my process videos or tutorials, is the Spellbinders Tool-in-One. The handle to my tool is kind of grungy, which is why you see me covering it up with some washi tape. So it's time for me to get a new one, and I will go ahead and link you to it in the description area below. So I decided to use my hot glue gun to adhere the stamped sentiment onto the leaves, simply because the leaves are very dimensional. And I guess you can go ahead and use glue if you wish, but I wanted a quick fix. So I whipped out my hot glue gun, and there it went. And here you see me adding those tiny swirls with my hot glue gun right on top of the leaves. And I guess you can use glue in this part as well, but like I said, by this point, I wanted a quick fix, so I'm just checking there to see how everything is going to come into play. And so, yeah, I could have made my own flower, but I have all these other flowers in my stash, and I just decided to pull a neutral color flower from my stash to use on this card. So this piece right here is going to have some foam squares on the back just to give it a little bit more dimension, and I am so glad that I remembered to do this before I hot glued the flower, because otherwise it would be a little bit difficult to add these pieces on the back. So yeah, let's go ahead and add some pieces here, and when I say let's, I mean me and you and not me and the voices in my head. One thing that I want to point out here is, do not be afraid to quote unquote color outside the lines. As you can see, this is a dimensional card to begin with. So if, let's say, the wings of the butterfly or whatever other embellishment that you're using, if it kind of like pokes outside of the card, and like the leaves at the bottom are also sort of poking outside of the card, just leave it like that. I think it makes it more interesting. It takes it out of the status quo. I don't know if that would be the right terminology for paper crafting, but you'll know what I mean. It makes it look beautiful. There is a uniqueness about it. And yeah, don't be afraid to go outside of your card, because it's a dimensional card to begin with. So you know that it's not going to fit in your standard envelope, and usually with my dimensional cards, I just hand them to people, or if I mail it to somebody, it'll be with some happy mail in a box. So yeah, I just love making cards this way, and by coloring, quote unquote, outside the lines, I think that it adds a form of balance to the card. So yeah, now over here what I'm doing is I am using this tool from We Are Memory Keepers. Hang on a second, let me see what the name is. It's called a Quick Stick Precision Pickup and Placement Tool, and I am so glad that I got it because it works so very well. And yeah, how it works is that little sticky dew part down there it sticks to the top of your bead or whatever else it is that you're using, and I haven't figured out yet how to release, so that's why you see me using my Spellbinders Tool-in-One, the little pokey part to release the bead. But hey, it's better than trying to pick up the little flatback pearls with your fingers, because you know me, I'm all thumbs. So yeah, this is a really neat tool, and I will try to locate a link to that and leave it in the description area of this video. So I have these diamond shaped acrylic pieces that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and I decided to use them on this card. I just love the pink, the pastel pink, and a little hint of peach that's going on in this card. So I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and add these. Might as well go all the way. Because it's a girly card, as you can see. And so, yeah, I picked up those diamond shaped looking things in the the wedding section at Hobby Lobby. Yeah, that's where I got those. Now, I don't know exactly what they're used for, I guess for wedding receptions or whatever, but I thought that they would, that I could do something with them. And 5 years later, here I am using them. But yeah, I thought these would be a really neat addition and something different other than flat back pearls. So yeah, look around your craft room and see what you can use on your cards. Hey, it's only paper, right? And you can try it, and if it works, fantastic. And if not, then you'll know for next time. Because we're making a dimensional card and, it's layers upon layers, you're going to be adding a little bit of weight to the front of your card. So it's always a good idea to trim an additional piece of your cardstock. And once again, I am using the Dazzling Dahlia paper collection from Heartfelt Creations. And I decided to trim this piece just like I would a piece for the base of my card, the front of my card, and I adhered it to the inside of the card. That way it helps balance it out. What you'll also see me do is I trimmed a piece for the back, and of course I added my stamped piece, my logo, to the back, and that helps to balance the card. That way when the recipient stands it up on their desk or whatever, mantle, whatever, it doesn't fall. It doesn't fall because it's top heavy. So yeah, always do this. It's always a good idea to do this. And we are just about finished. So I hope that you have found this process video enjoyable. And yeah, if you are brand spanking new and you just happen to come across this video, subscribe to my channel. I hope that you subscribe to my channel and watch my videos and give me a thumbs up. It helps feed my cats. My cats eat very little, but still, it helps feed my cats. I have 2 of them. One of them is a Siamese, and I call her Squinkla. I don't know what it means, but I remember years ago, a couple of decades ago, I saw the terminology in a telenovela, and so it stuck. But anyhow, yeah, subscribe to my channel. It helps feed my squinkla. And leave me a comment down below and let me know how you enjoyed this process. I hope that you've enjoyed this process. There are pictures at the end, and please remember to check out my affiliate links in the description area of this video. I hope that you have found everything enjoyable, and I will see you once again real soon. Bye now.